Our first guests on the show today thought they were going to be able to stay in their jammies all day today, but they were scheduled to be on our show, and they braved the cold to be with us. They are preschool teachers from Jackson Catholic Schools. We have Queens Preschools, Liz Charlo from St. John's Preschool, Marla Kruger, and from St. Mary's, Kayla Thomas. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Bart.
Hi. Thank you.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we were talking before the show. Every time we have Catholic schools on JTV over the years in January or February, we can count on bad weather.
It's pretty nasty out there, but I don't ever complain about a snow day.
No, in fact, you guys are gambling on snow days at Queens.
We have had some small wagers going on when that first snow day would hit, so somebody got lucky today.
Well, we're glad that you came in anyway. I know you were going to be off today, but thanks for coming in. Well, let's talk about preschools. First, we'll talk about Queens. Liz, what are the ages? Who's the preschool for at Queens?
So preschool at Queens is for 4 and 5-year-olds. Beginning next year, we will not offer the 3-year-old preschool program anymore. We're kind of outgrowing the need for that.
Really?
We have a higher need for the 4 and 5-year-olds. And so what we're doing is moving into a 4-year-old preschool that will be 5 days. They can have a half or full day option with that. And then we will have a young 5 that will lead into our kindergarten. So there will kind of be 2 paths to kindergarten at Queens. They'll go from 4-year-old preschool to kindergarten or young 5 to kindergarten. And some of those real young 4-year-olds would be able to go to our young 5 program if they're not quite ready to step into kindergarten yet. So we're hoping it's going to be a really beautiful sequence into our school.
Is there a date or an age transition for that?
So 4-year-old preschool, they have to be 4 by September 1st. Kindergarten, they need to be 5 by September 1st. And every year we have these group of kids that they turn 5 right after that September 1st cutoff. So we're hoping that that young 5 will help accommodate those kids that are ready for a little more academic structure, but still need to play and be young and aren't quite ready for kindergarten.
And for they're ready for kindergarten when they do get there.
Yes, they should be totally, it should really set them up well.
Great. Marla, what about at St. John? What's the preschool like?
Preschool is for 3-year-olds if they're 3 and fully potty trained by September 1st, and that option is Tuesday, Thursday mornings for half day, or there is a 5 full day option with 4-year-olds, so it'd be a mixed class for 5 day a week. And then there's 4-year-olds on Monday, Wednesday, Friday full day, or if they need 5 days, then it would be also mixed with those 3-year-olds that need full day. So there's 2 different classes.
Awesome. And then we have St. Mary Preschool.
Yes.
Who's the St. Mary's Preschool for?
Well, very similar to my friends here, but we also offer the same program. We do have inclusive rooms, so children that may be challenged in certain areas, some kids are on the spectrum. We try to keep a very flexible schedule, but we do enforce a lot of Jesus and making that our focal point. We offer catechism and just different programs to encourage our little learners to be saints. And we also try to work with families that may have challenging situations as well.
You want your little learners to become saints?
Yes, that is the ultimate goal.
Potty trained saints.
Yes.
All right, so this is a time of year where you're looking for students for next year. So let's talk about, well, we'll start with you.
Yes.
What about, Kayla, open house? What do you have for families interested in checking out the school?
Yes, we will love for our families to come visit. Yes, we do have an open house, but feel free to stop by at any time. We have the office is always available. You can call. Sometimes we do a walk-in if it's scheduled. We also allow the families to come and we call them a shadow learner, where the student is able to come by and spend a couple hours with us, even though they may not be fully enrolled in the program. But if they're interested, they can surely come by. So we are welcoming you guys. We will love to have your kiddos.
Come early and go to Mass.
Yes.
And I think you all have different things too when it comes to like childcare and latchkey and things like that. What do you have at St. Mary's?
Well, we do offer an aftercare program. Usually if the parent is a working parent, both mom and dad, after school around, I want to say like 10 to 3, our little friends will go to aftercare and they can stay there till about 6 p.m. Or if the parent gets out early, they can pick them up early. And I do believe that they serve them a snack as well. And well, our pre-K friends don't have necessarily homeworks, but if they do have siblings, they will give them support with that as well.
Great. Marla, what services at St. John are there for outside of the preschool?
There is before school latchkey in the morning. It starts at 7 and then goes till school starts at 8. And then there's after school care also in our latchkey program. They're a part of the latchkey program, but they also, after snack, break off into do their own activities versus the homework room where 1st through 6th need to be.
All right, let's talk about your open house. You've got one as well, and that is coming up on Sunday, January 28th.
Yes, from 11 to noon, and all are welcome. And we will, all the teachers will be there to talk with different age levels and give you a tour of the school. And if that does not work out, there are always tours. You can call the school and Ms. Hornby will arrange a tour with you and share all the details.
And with your open house, you can go to Mass beforehand as well.
Right.
All right, and what about Queens? Do you have daycare?
Yeah, so we have latchkey before and after school, and we do the 7 to 8 a.m. similar to St. John's. And then we have after school. Preschoolers are welcome to go to latchkey after school too, and that program runs after school until 5:30. So we offer, you know, very, very, like I said, very similar snack, and they have the opportunity to do homework, go out on the playground and play.
And if the parents don't pick up by 5:30, do you take the kids home with you?
Absolutely not. I have plenty of that at my own house to take care of. No, there is a small fee incurred if you're not there by 5:30. It does cost $1 per minute after 5:30.
All right, and your open house is coming up.
February 6th, and we have preschool young fives will be at 6 o'clock. Kindergarten and up will be 6:30. So anyone interested in those two programs, but also like the other schools, we're happy to set up a tour anytime, Mrs. Hartley or myself.
Well, I know, because I know about you three, that you love the little kids. And really that has to be part of the passion of someone that's working in the preschool environment. Oh, yeah. How did you get into teaching preschool, Liz?
Well, I started, funny story, my first job was with Marla Kruger at Our Lady of Fatima School. We kind of started out together there in Jackson, but before that I did a little Head Start. I've been a little bit everywhere. And then after Fatima closed, Marla went to St. John's and I went to Queens, and the rest is history.
Nice. Do you have your own kids?
I do. I have a son named Matthew. He's a 6th grader at Queens, and a husband and a dog, and that's it.
Awesome. Now, Marla, you were at Fatima, right?
Yes, for 5 years.
How long? 9 years?
5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
What drew you to preschool teaching?
Well, I have an elementary ed degree, and it just seems that wherever we lived, I was working with preschoolers. And then we moved to Jackson, and I was home with my girls, and I subbed 5 years in their elementary school. And then I thought, I need to start looking around here and see what's available, and back into the preschool land again. So that's where I'm supposed to be, and I love it, and it's fun every day.
Nice. You have your own kids?
Yes, I have two daughters, that are grown, and I have grandkids.
Did you have them as students?
No, I did not. They were in middle school before I started teaching preschool here in Jackson.
Kayla, what brought you into St. Mary's?
Well, actually, our twin daughters attended St. Mary's Child Care Center. That was our introduction to the school, and we loved it. Actually, it was through my husband. He used to work at the state of Michigan downtown, and that's how we found out about St. Mary's. We loved the environment, the small groups, and it just happened to be that one year one of the teachers had to leave, and a staff member went to my home and said, Mrs. Thomas, we heard that you were a teacher. And I said, yes, and they said, we need one. And that's how I came on board.
Wow, they came to your house.
To my house, yes. I never applied for a job.
Kayla, get in the car, you got a job.
Yes, and it really, I believe that it was a blessing in disguise. Knowing Spanish fully written, and so I'm able to relate to the families from other cultures. So it has been a blessing. I have enjoyed it for 8 years almost now.
Nice. How old are your twin daughters now?
They are 13 going on 14.
Great. Now you told me before the show a little bit about your background.
Yes.
It turns out that Kayla's dad is the Panamanian ambassador to Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
It's amazing.
It is. It's a blessing.
So that's your home country is Panama?
Panama, yes. I was born there.
How did you end up here in Jackson, Michigan?
Love. My husband went down to Panama on visit, and we met. It was through church at that time, and it has been a blessing. And so we came over here. As I said, he worked for the state, so of course it was too much of a good job for him to go down there to stay. But I was not planning to go back into the workforce until when our kids were a little bit older. So after working in Panama, I did some elementary and high school teaching, but I really found my joy with the little people. And after that point, I haven't returned to elementary nor high school. I really enjoy working with the little people. Their minds are like sponges, ready to learn. And so I just love it. It's just a passion.
Nice. And Father Nelson was here a few weeks ago, and he said even in preschool they're learning Spanish. So
yes, we do include that. And I think it has been helpful to be able to, not just with the kids, but with the parents, to translate sometimes is required and needful. And so it has been great to do both, whether it's the numbers or the letters. Little stories in Spanish is really cool to hear the kids count in Spanish. It's amazing. I enjoy it. I love it.
Nice. Well, wouldn't you rather be in like the big embassy mansion in Jamaica right now?
Well, right now with the cold in Michigan, yes, I do. I admit to that. But we were just in Panama a couple of months ago for a whole month, so I'm not going to complain.
Okay. All right, so I have a little grandson, a couple of them. One, there's a lot of debate in the family about the age for potty training. And you say you want them potty trained by the time they're in a 3-year-old preschool. Is it age getting older that kids are getting potty trained?
Well, I feel like every kid is so different. There's not an age. And I really think it's just this myth that like everyone needs to be potty trained right now. We have that rule for a reason, to keep everybody safe and comfortable at school. But as far as developmentally an age for kids to be potty trained, I really do think, if they're not potty trained by maybe 4.5, there would be an issue. But really, 3 is still quite young.
Yeah, I was potty trained before kindergarten, and I remember in kindergarten it didn't matter because things happen.
Things still happen, even when they're fully potty trained. You'd be amazed at the things that happen in a preschool.
Well, it must be a lot of fun to be around all these little kids. Entertainment nonstop, I'm sure. As the preschool experience, since you guys were kids, and since maybe some of the parents bring kids to you, is it different than years ago? Are there a lot of changes in how preschool is working with kids?
I feel like development hasn't changed, the adults have changed. And so the expectation is a little different, but I think we all can agree, we try pretty hard to keep it very developmentally appropriate for the kids because they need it, and they need to be able to be 3, 4, and 5 and have fun at school and learn what they can. And that's why I think, you know, that was one of my big pushes with a young 5 was that we still have kids that need, they have a lot of different needs at that age.
We want to give them the gift of time because you can never give that time back at those ages.
They're just little kids. Yeah, it's a fun experience.
It is.
Yeah. And like food and the services like music, you've got access to the what's happening in the school for the older kids too, right?
Yeah.
We share some things, yes, we do.
All right, we saw the 3 open houses. You could go to all 3, couldn't you?
Oh,
Yes,
sure.
actually, you know, I encourage people to.
Definitely.
You don't have to be a member of the parish of the school in order to go to your preschool.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, here they are. Once again, first Queens, February 6th, St. John, January 28th, and St. Mary on February 2nd. Thanks for coming in on your snow day.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Teachers at Jackson Catholic Schools Preschools, Liz Charlo from Queens, Marla Kruger from St. John, and Kayla Thomas from St. Mary's. Up next on JTV.